Welcome to Bowl Week. Glad to have you with us from Boca Raton, Florida for what ought to be an exciting matchup in the RootClaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in this game. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the New Mexico State Aggies, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kickoff team is out there, ready to get this bowl game underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the New Mexico State Aggies offense will have the football first. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out with a W.
To the air, it's Cutler. Shoots it to the left. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Let's take just a moment to talk about New Mexico State. Good pickup on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star offensive lineman gives them a verbal, and this is the type of talent they need to get into the program and then develop.
Yeah, and this really was more of an emotional decision, I think, for him as well. He's been a fan of this program ever since he was a young boy, and now he's getting a chance to live out his dreams. As a 3-star, he had opportunities to go elsewhere, to play in better conferences against better competition, but this for him felt like home, and now he has a chance to go out and live that dream.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Wide receiver going in motion. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Let's take a look here at Middle Tennessee. They were really excited about the verbal commitment from a 3-star quarterback. They really need to get good talent like that, guys who can develop and potentially become stars.
Well, this is a program that's not used to having this talented of a quarterback coming out of high school. Oftentimes, this program has had to develop guys so that they're ready by their junior or senior year to have success. This guy changes that dynamic a little bit, though, and because of it, you can see fans are so excited about the future.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. This drive will open from the 15. Gonna run it. It's Callaway. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's chat about New Mexico State. Great pickup on the defensive front. Three-star defensive lineman gives a verbal commitment last week, and you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough. At this level, that's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but they've got the tools, right? And so I think he's got the tools, and this is a guy that you can build around that defensive line. You need all the big bodies you can get.
And you don't want to start this game with two straight punts. Big third down opportunity coming here. To the air, it's Cutler. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Another incompletion on third down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got it in the middle, it's Lacey. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Guys, let's talk a little about Middle Tennessee. For programs at this level, they are regularly fighting off the big school for diamonds in the rough, but it looks as if they won this battle with a commitment from a 3-star receiver, Jesse.
He just thought he had better opportunities on and off the field here at this program, and he's going to get a lot of chances to make plays early. With his talent, expect him to start right away, and if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to be trying to find ways to get this 3-star the ball.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pulls it in, it's Lacey. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Let's take a look here at Middle Tennessee. They were really excited about the pickup they got last week. Commitment from a 3-star defensive back, David. And when programs at this level can get guys like that in the building, everybody celebrates.
That whole building.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Not a ton of play calls for third in California when you're on offense. You know you're going to have your quarterback holding on to the football. You really got to think about how you're going to protect him. Offensive coordinator may want to think about using more max protect schemes, get more bodies in to give this quarterback a chance.
They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the second time. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Back to throw, it's Cutler. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Stanley. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Caught near the sticks, it's Harris. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
And he drops it, just took his eye off of it in the last minute.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grab near the marker, it's Kane. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. The Aggies with the 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Cutler. Quick completion on the out route. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They march 78 yards down the field. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Doherty. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Battiato. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Caught over the middle. It's Pride. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Let's send the tight end in motion. The give to the left side. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
And the Aggies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Give to the fullback. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Aggies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work.
Let's go! Let's go!
Looking for a crease. It's Stanley. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Gets the back moving. The give to the fullback. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air, it's Cutler. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter. New Mexico State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. New Mexico State trying to retain possession on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball too. You could see there right after the 3rd down play, looking at his sideline saying, give me the ball, I want to go get this. I'm going to make a play for my team, and he comes through big time.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
And back to the air on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies. You want to keep your offense on the field? Wear down the defense? Put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up a touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been pumped the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Looking for a man. It's Battiato. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Second down, he'll throw it. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Intercepted for the 11th time.
And when it's 3rd and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. So offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. The give to the back. Hard running there. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The play action fake. Skips away from pressure. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. The Aggies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Well, their defense did a great job deep in their own end, right? Getting the turnover on downs. And now the offense is starting to pay that off. On the 3rd play of this drive, 3rd down, they're able to run it, pick up the first, they stay on the field, and they're going to try and churn this thing out.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass. It's Cutler. With the catch, it's Johnson. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low, And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Well, the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, just couldn't reel it in.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Might be looking to run. Going to try to get it himself. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Sticks it in his belly. And he is just engulfed in the line by this giant defensive tackle. The Aggies line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Cutler. Hauls it in. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
I love the job the quarterback does surveying the defense there. Great job pre-snap recognition, understanding the coverage. He goes to his curl route, gets the completion, and picks up the first.
New Mexico State to the line after picking up the first down. Takes the handoff. It's Callaway. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, New Mexico State. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. They've got to find some answers on this drive, already down by 18 in the 2nd quarter. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the tight end. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a 1st down. To the air, it's Battiato. He's got it. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on 3rd down. I know we're in the 2nd quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going here at halftime, get a little juju going.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Fires to the right. He makes a catch. All kinds of room to the right. Inside the touchdown, MTSU. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. It's caught downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
Wants to throw. It's Cutler. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And the Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Pride. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Finds his man. It's Williams. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's got an open man. Inside the 20, stopped at the 19 as they try to get a score on the board before the half. The offense will quickly use a timeout. New Mexico State to the line after picking up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Cutler. Oh, they're after him. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. It's complete. He is denied cannot get to the first down marker, and it's fourth down coming. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And that will extend their lead even further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Reese, talk about an edge of your seat type first half, or as they call it here, just another typical Boca Raton Bowl. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's head back to Reese and the fellas for the conclusion of the Boca Bowl.
And the Aggies will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, David, there was some shouting going on. They need to get themselves motivated and ready to go, because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other and you get some motivation, you need something good to happen early. This first possession, get the football, go make something happen, create some momentum.
Catch in the middle, it's Lacey. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And that's just a timing route. And if I'm a quarterback and they're going to sit back in zone, when I run those crossers, man, I just wait for that zone window to open up, anticipate it a little bit, chunk that thing, and let my receiver do the rest of the work.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
The punt team makes its way onto the field.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Fires downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, it's Cutler. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Finds his man. It's Lacey. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Now on second down. to pass. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. And here comes the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Throwing right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
The Aggies are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Motion from the back. Looking downfield, it's Cutler. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return.
And that was almost a huge mistake by special teams. On the punt return, fumbling the football, they are so lucky that they jumped on that ball and that their offense is now going to take the field because that could have been disastrous.
With the catch, it's Butler. There he goes. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee. And the comeback is on. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone.
17.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Looking to throw, it's Cutler. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They want to throw it. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So it's 1st and 10 after that costly defensive. On 4th down.
Let's go.
On the run, it's Callaway. Creates a little room. He now has 61 yards on the ground, and he is well within striking distance of a 1,200-yard rushing season.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. He's got it. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a 1st down. This New Mexico State offense is pushing all the right buttons. Grabbed over the middle. It's Harris. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
New Mexico State to the line after picking up the 1st down. Here's a heat. Catch in the middle, it's Stanley. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, New Mexico State. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Off the play fake. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup, and a lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook, and you can see it there, and you can see the cautiousness, the hesitation led to a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Williams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And as he throws, incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Here's the pressure. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. He's taking the shot. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Lacey.
The defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to go, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 in there, basically right back where they started.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. They've already put 1 field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. Now the lead is down to 11. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Aggies offense will have another go at it. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tighter, cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
And the Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Fullback's got it. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And you gotta throw the fullbacks a bone occasionally, okay? Those dudes have one of the worst jobs on the field. Always blocking every single play, down in, down out. When you get in those situations, you can give him the ball, give him a bone, reward him for all of his hard work.
The give to the tailback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got him downfield. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the third. That's it for this period. New Mexico State has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. final period. Looking for a man, it's Kotler. Throws for the tight end. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can.
Breaks into the open. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And this is the frustration in playing man-to-man coverage. All the guys on your defense are chasing their guys. They don't have vision on the quarterback, but he is such a good athlete. He notices it, he takes off, he chews up yards, and makes a big play.
The Aggies will line it up on 1st and 10. One running back in the backfield, and he has it.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll go to the ground. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. And it slips just inside that right upright. And that lead grows even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyped. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Power football with the run. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Lofts one high and deep. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
And he's chased out of bounds at the 6-yard line, and they'll try to stick it in from there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Lacey. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. I mean, you'd like to think your receiver in space can make a linebacker miss, but that's just a better job tackling by the defense.
Keeps it on the draw. Really tough run there. He got 4. That'll leave him a yard short on 4th down. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. corners showing press. They want to be physical here.
Ready, go!
Trying to get it to the marker. Touchdown, Blue Raiders! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive.
34, Middle Tennessee, 27.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Cutler. It's complete to the right. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
How about this offense, man? You gotta love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football, though.
Got a man. It's Williams. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right? You still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
New Mexico State to the line after picking up the first down.
Set, ready.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is
Touchdown, Aggie! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
27.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
To the air on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. The Aggies offense will have another go at it.
And the sense of urgency has got to go up now for the defense, right? You just failed on fourth down. You're trailing just under 3 minutes to go. What can the defense do? Can you create a turnover? Can you at least get a quick 3 and out to give yourselves a chance to win?
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season, and also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments.
Headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies!
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes they put you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement to get some points.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Trying to take it back. He's at the touchdown, New Mexico State. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he puts through the extra point. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're back picked up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out.
Oh, he's got some space. The tag. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do. Coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
He'll do it himself. He breaks a tackle. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. And here comes the punt team. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Leaves it with the back. Creates a little space. Oh, spins away. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said, this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People are fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for them.
That's going to do it for us here, and for these two teams, that's going to do it for a season. Another bowl game in the books, and a season is wrapped. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Reese Davis signing off, and we'll see you next season for another presentation of EA Sports College Football.